Hey everyone, welcome to Blooming Change. This is rebloom.news' weekly interview series where we interview people who we believe are making a positive impact in the world of sustainability. Just as a reminder, rebloom.news is a weekly newsletter that offers advice, inspiration, and actionable items to live more consciously with the planet, and you can subscribe below. Today we're chatting with Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Hi, all about ocean conservation. She's a professional scuba instructor from Canada and a self-proclaimed ocean warrior. She has dived all 7 continents as a form of activism and also has remodeled an eco van that she travels around in Europe. I'm so excited to chat with her today. So Sarah, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit and tell us about what you do?
Yes, sure. But first, I want to thank you for inviting me. That's really lovely. I'm really happy to be here and just have a little chat. My name is Sarah. Like you said, I am French Canadian, so my first language is French. But right now I'm living in Germany and I am learning German as well. I'm really excited to be in Europe because it's something new for me. With my van, what's really cool is that I want to travel around and try to explore a little bit, discover the amazing place of Europe, and especially to dive because this is my passion. I love scuba diving.
Gotcha. Oh my gosh, I love that. So I can't wait to dive into some questions and get into how you got into ocean conservation. So first of all, can you share with us a little bit how you got into scuba diving originally and how that led to your transition for being an advocate for ocean conservation?
Yes, sure. So like many would think, I did not start scuba diving young. My first time scuba diving was, I think I was 21 years old. So it's quite late when you think about it. Because in Canada, it's pretty cold. It's not a sport. It's super accessible. But my mother was a scuba diving, or she's still a scuba diving, for over 30 years. So I really was looking at her as a role model. And I thought, yeah, she's a badass. I want to try it too. So then I did my first dive in Canada, 4-degree water. It was all right. But further, after I did more diving, I realized that really it was something special for me. And the reason why I got into conservation is because I was diving and I realized that there was so much pollution and that the ecosystem, the underwater world, was really getting damaged. And it affected me a lot. And I could not just do nothing. So then I thought, what can I do? Like, I'm not a scientist, I might not discover the solution for it. I'm not an engineer. Like, I felt like I had nothing. But at the end, I realized that I have something and we all have it, and it's a voice. So then I decided to use that. And of course, nowadays with social media, it's something accessible. So I decided to start a platform and to try to get people involved. And that's really how I got into marine conservation, because really, if you like something, you want to protect it. So
Yeah.
that's my vision.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And I also feel like with the ocean, especially, since it's underwater, it's sort of like out of sight, out of mind. Like we see the beauty of it, but we don't really understand the inner workings of what happens under the water. So I feel like your platform is so important because you actually show like photographs and videos and things to get people engaged underneath the water. We would never normally see that. So
But there's different way of showing it. Of course, you can show how bad it is, right? I could show pollution, I could show dead animals, or it's okay for a while, but at the end, people don't feel as connected. But if I show them a turtle or I show them something really cool and they love it and they want to see it, I feel like they will be more willing to protect it and do more efforts. So I think that's more the way I took, is to use positivism, if it's a word, to be positive,
yes.
rather than always be pessimist and negative. However, it's important to know that both are important to have an impact at the end. But for myself, I decided to go more in the positive way. Yeah.
I love that. So throughout, you talk a little bit on your Instagram about how you have actually dived the 7 continents, which is pretty amazing. What was your most rewarding experience of doing that? And what was the most challenging part of that? Because that's a huge journey and undertaking to, dive all 7.
Yeah, at first I was like, you know what, I'm gonna dive all continents. But then once you're there, you're like, okay, how do I do that? It's not as simple as it sounds. There were challenges all the way. I decided to do it by myself, so that was a bit of a challenge. to be able to adapt, to go from place to place, to go from Iceland, Antarctica to Indonesia. How do you do that? Equipment wise, of course, but I take only positive out of it for sure. The one thing that I take out of it is that everywhere I went, there were people like you and me wanting to change things, and this really warmed my heart. Like wherever I was in the world, maybe not in Antarctica because there's nobody living there,
Yeah.
but there are scientists. Even there are scientists. So yes, there were people. So everywhere there were people trying to find solution to work towards a better planet. So this was the conclusion that I took from this experience.
Yeah, that's really rewarding. And then we were chatting a little bit about how from that experience, you and your friends actually created an amazing product. Do you want to share a little bit about what that is?
Yes, of course I want. My friend Triou designed a bag made to pick up trash when you do your water sports. So surfing, paddleboarding, scuba diving. He designed it. And together as a team, we worked to put this bag out there so as much people as possible can pick up trash and clean the ocean. Of course, it's important to understand that, yes, we want to clean, but we need to cut from the beginning. We need to stop to use this plastic. It's okay to pick up the trash. It's good, but we need to stop to put it in the ocean. You understand? We
Yeah.
need to stop it from the beginning, but we do have a solution to try to clean what the mess that is already done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know.
Can you show us the bag and what it's made out of?
Yes.
Yeah, let's.
So it's called trash bag. It's this one is the scuba diving version or the hip version. So you wear this strap around your waist, this one around your leg, and during your dive, just open it, put the trash in, push it in, and it can expand to have more space. It's made 80% of recycled material for the moment. We are trying to reach the 100%. These are all banners, so every bag is unique. It can be a fruit from a grocery banner or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
These are old tubes from scooters, scooter wheel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 80% at the moment, but we are working towards it. It's a beautiful product. It's well designed, and really we want this bag to go out there like as much as possible, to clean as much as possible.
Yes, I love that. I'll definitely link that below on the video so people can check out the website and everything. And then lastly, last question. I saw again on your Instagram highlight, can you tell I dug deep, that you built a van, an eco van, right? And now you're traveling around in that. Can you talk a little bit about your experience building it and why you built it and where you're going?
So my boyfriend is German and I moved in Germany, and we wanted to find a way to discover places closer to us, right? So we thought, how could we do that? So we decided to build a scuba diving van where we would have everything in there, and we could also work in there, try to film, create a documentary. It's always in the back with the sustainability goal, but also to show how beautiful it is where we are, where we live. It was quite a challenge, I'm not gonna lie, to build a van. On YouTube, it looks really simple when you watch those videos. In real life, it's another thing.
Yeah.
At the end, we are really happy. I'm right now in Denmark. It's the first time we go out with the van. I'm gonna be diving and filming tomorrow. So
That's exciting.
we're gonna post some photos and video. People are more than welcome to follow. They can follow me on scuba.sarah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely. I'm going to link all your stuff below too, so you can follow Sarah. That is such an amazing story. I love how you have traveled so much and are such an advocate and are making an impact. And, just remind people that are watching, it is all about progress, not perfection. It's not about you, being perfect and showing this perfect life. Like it's hard right now in the world we live in because our society isn't set up to be zero waste. Like we don't have a circular economy yet. And hopefully with people like Sarah and myself and other people watching the video like you, we're all making a difference and doing the small things that we can, and just give yourself some compassion if you aren't, perfect all the time or you judge yourself. Like it's okay. We're all in it together. We're getting there. So
as long as you're trying, as long as you're doing baby step, you're part of it, you're being better, then that's amazing. That's what we want, because really being perfect is not possible, like you said. But if all of us we do a little step, then it's gonna have an impact.
Yeah,
you're totally right.
Well, thank you, Sarah, so much for your time and for sharing your journey with us, and thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.
It's my
Bye.
pleasure. Bye.
Bye.